It actually started when I would say 10. I was outside with my neighbors, and one of my close friends had to like go to my neighbor's house. Both his parents and my parents talked. They're like, yeah, he was just at football practice. And my mom was like, oh, he plays football. And then I was just excited. I'm like, Mom, like, can you take me to the field? Because all my friends play football and I'm here playing basketball and soccer, but I want to experience football. And then from then she took me to the field, and that's where it really all began. She signed me up for a local team in Montreal, LaSalle Warriors. And it was just a fun time because I saw everybody that I was in school with in elementary and high school. Growing up, I'll watch anybody really. Back then, before like going to practice, I'll watch a bunch of highlight tapes of like Reggie Bush, LaDainian Tomlinson. Sometimes quarterbacks, I'll watch Drew Brees. Just a lot of great players at every position, because I just didn't know what position I would really be happy with. I just wanted to just be happy playing football and envision myself making plays and just have a good time. I was in America for 1 year, and my whole mindset was that I was going to play basketball. I got hurt like the first week, and it kind of went downhill. So I'm like, okay, I kind of did well in football. So I just looked at all the possibilities of schools that I could go to, and I really wanted to improve as a player and as a person and just see the world as well, because my dad talked to me about Calgary and Alberta. So I had a lot of people who were around me and helping me, and they told me about all the schools, and Calgary was one of them. And I looked at their history and how they like send people to the league and how they help develop players, and I wanted to be a part of that culture. I didn't think too much about it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out west just because of all of that, and plus my dad said Calgary, Alberta is very nice. So it was in 2021. It was after our season, and it was just I didn't feel like myself. My mom couldn't travel really to Calgary and watch me play, and I guess that took a toll on me, and I just wanted to find a way that like I could enjoy playing football again, and that my mom could see me enjoy the game that I'm playing at the moment. And I looked at all the other options I had, and I didn't want to be close to home. Like I'm like an hour away from home, but I didn't want to be at home. Like I didn't want to be like a drive away. Like I'm like 2 hours away. So I still wanted to have my individuality and just be myself, but it was all about just being closer to my mom. It's a smaller school, and like they're just like always like just cheerful at every little moment, regardless if it's a great play, a good play, an average play, or a bad play. Like they're still, hey, you know what? Keep your head up. Like you're doing great, this and that. And that's something that I really like look into, because it's like I'm someone who's always trying to stay positive and never let any moment kind of bring us down. At the end of the day, football is still the fun sport that we all grew up to like want to play. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket and trying to play professional football, but I already have my plan B. And if that doesn't pan out, I'll just, go back home, work, and try and go into firefighting, because I wanted to be in education and be a teacher, but I realized that wasn't fit for me. But I knew that helping people was what I want to do. So when I looked into like other possibilities, like firefighting was like the number one thing. And I'm like, you know what, seems like a good profession if football doesn't pan out, because it doesn't pan out. But now I have a backup plan that I'm confident in. One of my hobbies, which is just making music and making beats, because there's times I don't have to be focused when I make it. So, and then when football comes, it's like, okay, I have a fresh set of mind. Now all my energy is on football. It's more rap, pop, but me and my roommates, like, he would tell me, hey, you should try to make like an Afro beat. You should try to make EDM. It's not bad. It's pretty easy to do. It's just, I'm so used to making all the pop and rap stuff, but I try to make a EDM song, a rock song, just because it's just different, and it's not in the same box as like, okay, well, he makes music, he makes rap music. It's like, no, like sometimes I'll make a pop music just because that's how I feel. Sometimes I'll listen to Kesha or Katy Perry. I'll hear on the radio, and I'm like, I'm going to go back to the house and try to make something similar to that, just because of how I was feeling at that moment. I've always been surrounded by music because my dad he still is a reggae singer. He's in Jamaica right now, but he's been making music since I was born. Every time we're at the house, like he's just in his like own studio, just playing the bass guitar, the keyboard, and So I've always had an ear for music, but some of my friends, they actually like do it professionally. And then I told them I wanted to do it just because I heard one song, and they're like, no, just make beats. And then they will help me throughout the way, like since 2019 till to this day. Artist I think is cool is the only artist I really listen to until like if I want to listen to something else, but his name is Kalen, for real. He's from the West Coast. The beats are very minimalistic, but wavy at the same time, and I just gravitate to what he says. But some people want to play football because they like the structure, this and that. I wanted to play it because it was fun. It looked fun. At the same time, it's still an entertainment. People want to be entertained at the same time. I guess I'm somewhat of a showsman as well because I guess my daddy's performed, so I just always wanted to be putting on a show, as they say, and just, enjoy playing the sport I'm playing as well.
Giving the ball out to O'Shea. O'Shea breaking loose, cutting to his right as Hosang is still going. A lot of room in front of him. 30, gassing out with a stiff arm. O'Shea, Hosang it down.
I will also just say, try to play as many sports, because I would say most of my creativity on a football field came from basketball. And I guess most of my creativity in basketball came from football. And I kind of just use both in certain moments because a lot of movements are similar. So I'm so used to one movement in one sport, it helps me in the other. And that's just me being creative and just, playing other sports and just trial and error. Like I would go outside to a net or a football field or on my couch if it's football and just try things, see if it makes sense. It just feels good. I get to see and just know other people, that there's other people that are just like me that just wants to just compete and go hard and try to be the best and get the best out of someone. But it's just outside the fun aspect of sport, that competitive nature, like a lot of us like thrive for that. And it's just like, that's how you just get better at the same time as well. It's just, you get thrown in a fire or you're back against the wall. It's like, how are you going to respond? And knowing that like all across like Canada, like there's a lot of people who feel the same way, and we're all just fighting for, just like you said, like reach a specific goal that we have in our own mind. Usually a lot of people do experience it because everyone played a sport at some point in their life, but it does teach you morals and like things just in life. Go hard all the time, because football also prepares you for like just life challenges, and don't take any moment for granted. But running back is in my opinion as well, is the only position where you kind of still listen to what your coach says, but you still kind of have that creativity. Like it's all instinctual. So have fun at the same time and just always play hard.